your doorstep. Does that sound interesting?
Yeah,
Certainly.
It's a bit of a gamble,
Okay.
to be honest. It's not where you think it's going to be, and it's probably not what you think it's going to be. But let's be frank, we've been gambling all week. So let's just roll those dice one more time.
Leaving Mark and Alicia to enjoy an amble in Amble, I'm taking a solo drive to the Mystery House for a taste of what's to come.
Come and have a quick look at our Mystery House, a sneak preview. This is what I'm going to broker to Mark and to Alicia. Now, if this doesn't look like a classic bit of Northumbrian architecture, you're absolutely right. This was designed and built in Finland. And no surprise, it does come with some outstanding green credentials. And this is what greets you. Look at it, all this exposed wood, this great big atrium, this glass window that's pouring heat into it. Even on a chilly day like today, it is roasting in here. I think this is a really impressive build. And in terms of it being cheap to run, it's a no-brainer. Surely that is going to appeal to a couple like Mark and Alicia who are now considering retiring. Fingers crossed, they like it.
The chance to show them this property was one we couldn't pass up. After decades spent living within the limitations of military dwellings, this house provides an opportunity for them to live somewhere truly unique.
What do you think?
Wow, it's really unusual.
It's not what you were expecting, is it?
No,
Not at all.
What do you make of it, Mark?
Swedish ski chalet, maybe?
Yeah, go with Finnish. Okay. I think this is a really interesting property. It gives you loads of space, very little maintenance, and practically no bills.
Wow.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a slice of Scandinavia
It is, isn't
in
it?
Northumberland.
Yeah. It's very interesting, yeah. It really looks nice.
Well, that idea of the ski chalet
Yeah.
might not be far off. Come and have a look.
This Finnish-designed eco-home was built in 2008 and is one of a handful of super sustainable dwellings within the development. It's kitted out with 16 solar panels and a clever drainage system for harvesting rainwater. But, as we've already seen, its green credentials haven't meant compromising on great design.
There, what do you reckon? It's another wow.
I actually feel like I'm on holiday.
Yeah. Is that a full height?
Yeah, come and look at this. Yeah. And then it goes up to this really clever sort of mezzanine arrangement there.
Wow, that's quite spectacular, isn't it? To be in there.
It is.
The full height here is.
Yeah. And you've got the wood burner here. And of course, the heat coming off of that flue is all going to help.
boy.
As is the solar gain that comes through these enormous windows.
I'm dying to see what's up there.
Well, you will.
Is it the sauna?
Well, you might be forgiven for thinking that. It doesn't actually have a sauna.
Oh.
Maybe that's the thing you should add.
One part of this house that doesn't need any additions is the kitchen. Although smaller than some we've seen previously, it feels smart and fresh.
It's a nice kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is lovely, yeah.
Yeah.
Really crisp. And again, bit of a sort of utility area out there.
Right.
And all the gubbins for the clever plumbing and the solar and all of that is accessible through there as well. But is it appealing, this?
It's interesting, but would I want to live here permanently? I don't know. I don't know whether I would want to live.
Kind of does feel a bit holiday-ish, and I suppose it's because we've never been in a property like this, and if we have, it feels a bit like a holiday chalet, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And then I look out the window and I'm like, oh no.
I'm in the northeast.
Yes. Yeah. But it's not a bad thing.
No.
But it's just very different.
Yeah.
Very different.
Trying to get your head around it.
Yeah.
Could you, or would you want to?
You'll only know the answer to that once you've seen the rest of it.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Go on, off you go.
Thank you.
Go and explore it at your leisure. It's really, really good fun, this. Isn't that interesting that they're slightly concerned that maybe it feels a little bit like they're on holiday, but bearing in mind they are about to retire, I think that's a good thing.
Another good thing about this one-of-a-kind property are the 3 bedrooms, 2 of which are located on the ground floor, where there's also a shower room.
Wow, it's a nice bright room.
It's a large room, but do you not feel it pulls you in?
What, all the wood?
Yeah, yeah. Just the ceiling, the walls and everything.
I think it's because you're not used to so much wood.
Yeah,
it's a good size room, and it's got fitted wardrobes as well.
They're really nice.
That's good storage. It's nice and quiet as well.
Oh, it is quiet, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
And warm.
The principal bedroom is upstairs, where a galleried landing provides another spot to take in the feature window, as well as additional seating and an office area.
Wow, a lovely space.
The windows, so the full height there and looking out onto there is just fabulous. That is nice.
You know, the real joy of properties like this is that they come with the plans attached, so the planning department can see exactly what it is you're proposing. Plus, they're really adaptable because it's all timber. I think we're going to see a lot more of these in the UK as we go into the future, not least because they are sustainable and they're really easy to run.
Oh, this is a beautiful room.
Yeah, this is a main bedroom and a half.
It is lovely.
It is. And this one's, the wood has been taken away so it doesn't feel so on top of you, if you know what I mean.
Isn't it?
This must be the ensuite. That's not an ensuite, Leash.
Oh, wow.
That's a full-on bathroom. That's no ensuite. Wow.
Really nice.
The main bedroom suite seems to have impressed, but what about outside? The splendid gardens that surround the property are fully enclosed and mostly lawned. And if they've not had their fill of wood by now, there's also a timber summer house for good measure.
Come on out.
Thank you.
Enjoy the sunshine while we've got it.
I know.
I tell you what, those solar panels are working hard this afternoon, aren't they?
Yes.
So, has it grown on you, do you think?
Yes, it has. I think it's a lovely property, actually. Very big.
Yeah, it's grown on me as I went upstairs, definitely.
Yeah.
It's not a massive footprint, but goodness me, it packs a lot in.
It does.
But let's have a think about the price of this one. What do you feel this might be on the market for?
I'm going to go for £365,000.
Okay, sir.
No, I'm going to go lower. I'm going to go £320,000.
Ooh, that hurt, didn't it? Well, here's the thing. You've both sort of straddled it, really. This is on the market for offers in the region of £345,000.
All right.
Right, yeah.
Now, we are in an area which is famed for its value for money, but even so, I think it's a really interesting proposition, and its green credentials, I think, are really tantalising.
They
Yes.
are, yeah.
You probably don't need to see more of this, do you?
I wouldn't mind having a wander around and have a look at the workshop and that.
Yeah. Go on then. Off you go. Make the best of it.
Thank you.
And I will find you later. Well, it just goes to show you can't win them all, but of course, famously, they can afford to buy only one of the properties we are brokering this week. But I am really pleased we've come here. I think it's a really interesting option, and I think it definitely points the way to the future for us all.
Despite being under budget, this detached eco-home delivers on all of our buyers' wish list with 3 bedrooms, an enclosed garden and tons of characterful features. Its position is also ideal for a couple who love to walk their dog on the beach, being just a short drive from Amble and the Northumberland coast area of outstanding natural beauty.
I really like the mystery house. The bedroom's large, it's bright, it's airy, and it has a wonderful ensuite, the best ensuite I've seen. I think that's a beautiful space. There are certain parts of the mystery house that does feel like you're in a chalet and a holiday home.
Yeah, when we lived in Germany, we often travelled down to the Black Forest in that area, and we've stayed in places like this, so it just straight away it brought back memories of holidays instead of living. That's just not right for me at this time.
Are we all done?
We are.
Yep.
Yes, thank you.
Right, mate, grab the door. That's your last job this week. Well, last but one. Now, both of you have got to try and figure out what you do next.
Okay.
No pressure.
No pressure.
What a wild week we've had in Northumberland. The weather may have been slightly temperamental, but one constant was our commitment to finding Alicia and Mark their forever home. In the village of Embleton, a well-presented semi was close to the sea and in turnkey condition.
Oh, beautiful view.
Yeah, nice space. Nothing to do in here.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
No, it's
Could
nice.
just move straight in.
Then in Shilbottle, a budget-friendly miner's cottage took Alicia on a trip down memory lane.
Is this a property that you've seen before?
I've had a barbecue and a beer in the garden before.
Wow, when was that?
Probably about 10, 15 years ago now.
Okay, it might have changed a bit.
Yes, yeah.
And we rounded things off with the Mystery House, a one-of-a-kind timber eco-home on the edge of desirable amble.
It feels a bit like a holiday chalet, and then I look out the window and I'm like, oh no. Yeah.
I'm in the northeast.
Yes, yeah.
Well, in fairness to both Mark and Alicia, they have given every property we've shown them this week due and just consideration. But my hunch, if it's right, is that the one they might go for may just take them closer to family than even they might have been expecting at the start of our search. Let's see if I'm right. Wow. Been a really interesting week, isn't it? Good fun. Where are we?
I think we are in a place.
Ah, go on. Which is it?
I think we're going to have another look at the house in Shilbottle.
How interesting.
Yeah, I think we're going to try and arrange a second viewing. But yes, I think the Shilbottle one is the one in the running.
It's a stone's throw from your sister.
Yes.
Have you cleared this with her yet?
No.
And let's remind ourselves too of the price.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
You know, £280,000, comfortably below your budget.
Well below. It gives us that ability to throw some money at it to get it what we want.
Yeah.
And the excitement of being creative.
I think so, yeah. I mean, we know the gardens is just wonderful for when we have family visit and everything. So, yeah, I do envisage some good times in the garden.
Well, guys, I'm absolutely delighted. I think across the piece we gave you some really interesting options, not least our mystery house, our super eco mystery house, but maybe you could take some of the lessons of that into the property in Shilbottle.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you, and thank you. It's been a wonderful week. It
Well,
really has.
an absolute pleasure. We have genuinely had an awful lot of fun, haven't we?
Yes.
We might continue to have a little bit more fun after this.
Thank you.
Here's to you. Cheers, guys.
Cheers. No,
Thank you.
Absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
Well, having the chance to come back to Northumberland this week has for me been a long overdue treat, a trip down memory lane, if you like. But as our time here now draws to a close, I am confident that both Mark and Alicia are now that bit closer to finding their new home, one which, at long last, they can finally make their own. I'll see you next time.
If you would also like to escape to the country in England, Scotland, Northern Ireland or Wales and need our help, you can apply online at bbc.co.uk/take part.